Hello, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for always tuning in. Today's update is quite something, and you really don't want to miss the full details, so please stay until the end so you can hear the sources of the news and try verify for yourself. Also, if you haven't subscribed yet, please hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss any news like this. Now let's get into it. In a surprising twist during a multi-departmental operation in Tshwane, a Pakistani man has landed himself in serious trouble after it was discovered that he was in possession of a South African identity document, and that he had brought his immigrant wife into the country under very questionable circumstances. The operation was carried out as part of a broader clampdown on fraudulent documents and illegal immigration. It involved the Department of Home Affairs, the police, and local immigration officers. Officials were conducting random checks and follow-ups in areas known to have high numbers of undocumented individuals when they stumbled upon this man. What drew attention to him was how everything about his documentation looked too perfect, and in most of these operations, that usually means someone's trying too hard to hide something. After a bit of questioning and deeper digging, it was found that the man, originally from Pakistan, somehow had a legitimate-looking South African ID in his name. This is not just concerning, but alarming because it suggests there might be more people walking around with fake or fraudulently obtained South African IDs. These aren't just pieces of paper. An ID gives you access to jobs, healthcare, voting, and in some cases even property. But things took a more serious turn when officials discovered that he had used that very same ID to bring his wife into South Africa. According to the authorities, she entered the country under the family reunion or spousal clause, which only applies if your spouse is a South African citizen or permanent resident. Clearly, the system had been manipulated. And if that ID is fake or was illegally acquired, it means everything else that followed, including his wife's entry into South Africa, was also illegal. The couple reportedly had been living in South Africa for some time, blending in and not raising any alarms, until now. Home Affairs says the ID will undergo forensic testing to determine how it was issued, and whether officials on the inside may have been involved in any corrupt activities. You see, cases like this are not just about the individuals who commit the fraud. Often, someone within the system helps make it happen, whether through bribes or shady paperwork tricks. This is yet another example that raises serious concerns about the loopholes in South Africa's immigration system. Many people who are in the country illegally or fraudulently are not just surviving, they're thriving off services meant for locals, while actual South African citizens struggle to get documentation and support. As for the couple, the man has been arrested and is expected to be charged with fraud, possession of illegal documents, and contravening immigration laws. His wife is currently being held for questioning and may face deportation depending on the outcomes of her immigration review. Officials are now widening the scope of the investigations to trace if he might be part of a larger syndicate or network that facilitates this type of ID fraud. Because, let's be honest, no one just wakes up with a legit-looking South African ID unless they've got help. Home Affairs says more operations like this will continue in and around Gauteng and other provinces. The goal is not just to arrest individuals, but to expose the systems that make these crimes possible in the first place. All images used in this video are for illustration purposes only. At the end of the day, if people can just buy their way into citizenship while locals queue for years at Home Affairs, then we've got a real problem. It's not just unfair, it's dangerous. And before I go, let me just say, imagine going all the way to another country just to bring someone in illegally, only to get caught because your fake ID was too neat. Yo, some people are brave. Shame. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss the next update. Sources of today's news include information from SABC News, IOL, and Department of Home Affairs officials on site. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, and I'll see you in the next one.